Right now on News 3, another possibly pivotal vote for the Judge Doyle Square project. A live report with what's at stake.
Plus, reaction from the local Salvation Army as a circulating viral post questions the nonprofit's ethics.
And later, a warning for the Madison Fire Department ahead of Thanksgiving after a pair of kitchen fires in less than a week.
This is News 3 at 6.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll learn more about the fate of the Judge Doyle Square development tonight.
Part of the project has stalled over a disagreement between the city and the developer. Our Keely Arthur is live at the City County building with the latest. Keely?
Well, city council members have to make a decision tonight, pay the developer what it wants or risk facing a $40 million lawsuit. Now, this is all over a piece of the project called the Podium. The city is planning to build it and wants to own it, but Beitler doesn't agree, saying they own that aspect of the project. Now, Beitler wants the city to pay $600,000 in order for the city to take it over, but the city has voted twice not to pay the money. The city is also voting again tonight to reconsider that decision. Now, this is a big deal because if council members vote not to reconsider, that means the decision to not pay Beitler stands, and Beitler is threatening to pull out of the entire project and sue $40 million in damages. And that lawsuit would go right to the city. Back to you.
Keely Arthur live downtown tonight. Keely, thank you.
New information tonight about a shooting that happened yesterday on Madison's west side. Police say they have arrested 28-year-old Deorian Lamont Smith while he tried to run away from the scene there. Officers say he fired his weapon through an apartment door on Tree Lane and hit a 36-year-old woman on the other side of that door. She was shot in the arm, treated, and released from a hospital. Lamont Smith was arrested on suspicion of first-degree reckless endangering safety, being a felon in possession of a firearm, and bail jumping.
A Richland County man will spend the next 25 years in prison after pleading guilty to sexually assaulting a 12-year-old girl multiple times last year. 47-year-old John Elder was sentenced today for second-degree sexual assault of a child. Officials say his girlfriend, Annette Winger, would make arrangements for him to sexually assault the girl at a Richland Center apartment. She is scheduled to be sentenced next month. It is that time of year. More bell ringers with the Salvation Army are out asking for monetary donations.
But a post on social media is warning people against donating, claiming a history of discrimination by the Salvation Army towards the LGBTQ community. Jamie Perez spoke with the local chapter of the Salvation Army as well as a local LGBTQ community leader about those claims. Jamie?
Right, so if you do a simple Google search online, you can find a lot of articles about the history between the Salvation Army and the LGBTQ community. But as the executive director of the outreach here in Madison says, each chapter is different.
It's the things in this post on social media that have caused a stir this holiday season. With bell ringers out and about, some claims in this post are saying don't donate, citing instances of discrimination towards the LGBTQ community. But if you do a search online, several articles reference the history of the relationship between the LGBTQ community and the Salvation Army. On the Salvation Army's page, they address this issue head-on, saying, quote, deceptive social media posts, forwarded emails, blogs, and rumors have been leading people to believe that the Salvation Army does not serve members of the LGBT community. These accusations are patently false. Discrimination is anti-ethical to the Salvation Army's existence. Outreach Executive Director Steve Starkey says he's worked with the local Salvation Army for more than a decade.
I first started working here a dozen years ago. The Salvation Army was not accepting transgender clients.
But through forums and conferences to educate the local Salvation Army chapter staff,
they have really changed their policies and now do accept transgender people.
Steve says he hasn't heard of any instances locally of discrimination in recent years. In fact, they often partner together to help the homeless and clients within the LGBTQ community.
The local Salvation Army here of Dane County has been very responsive to the needs of LGBT people.
But Steve says he can only speak for the local chapter.
I think that every Salvation Army chapter is different. You know, they each have their own leader and their own you know, kind of culture in that particular facility. There may be places that are more conservative or have different leadership where LGBT clients are not treated well or they are discriminated against.
If you do donate to the local Salvation Army this season, 90% of the money collected here is used for local services. The other 10% goes towards the Milwaukee chapter administration. If you would like to see the full original post or the full statement from the Salvation Army, you can find it on our website at channel3000.com.
All right, Jamie Perez reporting tonight. Jamie, thank you.
Outgoing Wisconsin Attorney General Brad Schimmel will soon be serving as a circuit judge in Waukesha County. Governor Walker appointed him to the position today. In a statement from the governor, he says Schimmel has shown a commitment to the rule of law, and he will continue to faithfully serve as a judge in Waukesha County.
Well, as this cold spell continues, many of you are getting ready to travel. Let's turn it over to meteorologist Dana Fulton. Your first alert weather, Dana.
For much of the Midwest, if you're traveling for Thanksgiving, it is just going to be a little cold outside. Right now in Madison, we're actually in the upper 20s. Close to 28 currently. Same goes for Monroe and 30 in Mineral Point and Janesville. I know we got a few folks here who are hitting the road tonight. I would wait probably till the morning. It might be a little more comfortable. Wind speeds are close to 6 miles per hour for Madison, but much of the area in the double digits for us. 10 miles per hour in Janesville, 13 in Mineral Point, 15 in Monroe, coming from the southwest, but it really didn't help us warm up too much today. Because of that breeze, our wind chill, what it feels like outside, is just a little lower than where our actual temperatures are at. The same goes as we head into tomorrow morning. That wind chill will certainly be a factor for your early Wednesday. We do have a little bit of a flurry action moving through just in the last few hours. Right now, though, this is the area we were watching earlier for parts of Columbia, Dane, and Sauk counties. No flurries for us right now, much of it out of here. We do have the chance for a few little isolated spots over the next few hours, but nothing major expected. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the low 30s with sunshine. As far as your Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday forecasts, very different from each other. We'll take a closer look in a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. The CDC is telling people to avoid eating romaine lettuce altogether. The organization says an E. coli outbreak in romaine lettuce has sickened 32 people in 11 states, but the FDA says the agency doesn't yet have enough information to request that suppliers issue a recall. 2 cooking fires in just 4 days has the Madison Fire Department sending out a warning ahead of the holiday season.
Their message, stand by your pan and close your doors. Amanda Quintana got a tour of one of those complexes and has details from our news center. Amanda?
Yes, cooking fires are the most common cause of home fires in the country, and in the last few years also became the most common in the city of Madison. Nationally, Thanksgiving is the peak day for home cooking fires, followed by Christmas and Christmas Eve. Those 2 recent cooking fires in Madison left a total of 19 people without a home, and fire officials don't want to see more displaced because of small mistakes.
This is traumatic. It's traumatic for this family. It's traumatic for everybody in the building. There was 11 people displaced out of this building.
A small pan of oil on the stove caused all this damage.
I think that this whole apartment flashed over, we call it, and that's where everything, the gases and everything in it ignites at one time. And that probably happened within 3 to 5 minutes of the initial flame.
Madison Fire Chief Stephen Davis says this is an example of what can happen when you don't stand by your pan while cooking, something he's urging everyone to do this holiday season. When the tenant came back to see a fire had started, she tried to put it out with water, but oil and grease react violently to water. When she opened it near my door, that oxygen fueled it even more. Davis calling it a perfect storm.
Once that cycle starts, it's very hard to stop it.
In Madison, about 300 cooking fires a year are contained just to the kitchen, but another 50 to 60 cause damage like this. This bubbling on the walls and charring on the shelves is proof of how high the temperature got inside this apartment.
That gives us a clue that this went to a very volatile room very, very quickly.
There's another lesson to be learned from this accident. Close your doors even when you're going to sleep.
This door was actually closed to this bedroom, and this door was open during the event, and you can see the difference. This room got a lot of heat from the blistering on the ceiling, a lot of smoke damage, and this room is essentially with a little bit of cleaning and paint would be livable still.
Doors like this one are able to hold off a fire for about an hour, but when left open, like the next door neighbor's was, those flames travel fast.
In both fires, this one and the one 4 days later on the southwest side, doors were left open as people exited the building. Another factor that caused such a great amount of damage was the oil that was being heated was reused, and that makes it more likely to catch fire.
A lot of things to think about as many people be cooking the next few days. Amanda Quintana in our news center. Amanda, thank you.
UW Health MedFlight is expanding its service to north central Wisconsin. It was announced today the addition of a new base located in Portage. They say it will cut response times by upwards of 20 minutes. Partnering with Divine Savior Healthcare to make it happen, this will be MedFlight's third base. The other two are located in Iowa County and here in Madison. The Portage base is scheduled to be operational by next summer. Still ahead tonight, a local couple is doing something good, making a big donation this holiday season.
Plus a special dedication this afternoon for a special someone who has given so much for her community. Stay with us. Welcome back. Over the past nearly 20 years, the Boys and Girls Club has served hundreds of thousands of meals for kids, their families, and the community.
And today, thanks to the generosity of an anonymous donor, the club celebrated the completion of a $200,000 much-needed kitchen remodel at the Taft Street location.
1, 2, 3.
That is kitchen chef Ursi Green cutting the ribbon there. She has dedicated more than 25 years to serving the community. The donors wrote a statement which was read at today's ceremony.
Seeing her and others working in this hot, under-equipped kitchen day after day and year after year, we were motivated to fund this extreme makeover. As our way of saying thank you to Miss Ursi, we wish her and all of others using this space many happy years in this updated kitchen.
Tonight is also the annual Boys and Girls Club Give Thanks Community Dinner. This year, for the first time, it is being hosted at both the Allied Drive Family Center and Taft Street locations.
Today is National Transgender Day of Remembrance, a day meant to honor the victims who have lost their lives due to anti-transgender violence. Adam Duxter joins us from Rock County Bureau at the Janesville Gazette with how a local group is working to educate parents. Adam?
Well, Eric, tonight the Hedberg Public Library is putting on an event called the Parent Panel, where parents of area transgender teens will hold a question and answer session for other parents. Now, the event is being put on by a group called Janesville Mobilizing for Change, where leaders say students on the LGBTQ spectrum have a higher risk of falling victim to substance abuse and bullying, but say from a parenting perspective, it can also be difficult.
Hope for tonight is that we get some parents there that really are reassured that they're not alone and that there are other parents out there that they can connect with and learn from, and then also maybe educate in their turn.
The event is tonight from 6:30 to 8:30 at the Hedberg Public Library in Janesville. And Davis says that if the question and answer panel can help just even a few parents, she will consider that a success.
Adam Duxter reporting our Rock County Bureau tonight. Adam, thank you.
Many people will begin their holiday shopping and decorating later this week, and this year Goodwill might be a place you want to check out if you're looking for a tree. A couple in Waushara County purchased land for a retirement home. Well, that land included a Christmas tree farm, but they don't want to be in the Christmas tree business, so they donated a semi-truckload of trees to Goodwill. Each tree will cost $19.99 and can be found at 6 different Goodwill locations: Easttown, Monona, Northside, Portage, Stoughton, and Verona Road. Each location will have about 20 to 25 trees. Still ahead tonight, a preview of this weekend's border battles.
The Badgers and Gophers, the Packers and Vikings. Hear from the players ahead in sports.
And our forecast still looks just a little cold for a few days, but a warm-up's on the way by the weekend. We'll take a closer look right after the break.
Dana Fulton joining us, and we know many of you are getting ready to hit the roads. We know that it's going to be cold, but
Yes.
hopefully one way or another, we're not going to have too much precipitation making things complicated.
That's the plan, at least for your drive there, wherever you may be. Now, if you're driving home on Thanksgiving, that should be good. If you're driving home on Friday, though, things may be a little dicier for us. Overall, today we were quite cloudy outside. To the north, for us, though, mostly sunny. A nice little break there you can see just kind of draped through central Wisconsin. So we got to enjoy a little bit of sunshine for us this afternoon. But again, further north you go, a little cloudier it gets. And the last few hours, we've really watched those flurries slide on through. In central Wisconsin right now, things are clearing on up for us. Southern Wisconsin, we have a few little lingering spots still, but that's not too bad for us as we head overnight. And those flurries that were moving through in the last few hours didn't add anything to the accumulation that we still have. A few trace spots still lingering near Madison. You can see white every once in a while, then you drive around the corner and there's nothing there. Looking up to the northwest, there is a front draped towards, again, through Minnesota, stretching through the Dakotas. That front is going to slide southeast as we head overnight. It'll drive some clouds in our direction. But we're not looking at any sort of rain chance really along with it. It's a weak front, another front that's just not packing much of a punch. but it's going to help keep our temperatures pretty cool as we head into tomorrow. Mostly cloudy for us tonight. By tomorrow, partly sunny skies yet again, with temperatures barely getting into the low 30s. Almost call it a repeat performance of today. By Wednesday night, we're mostly cloudy, and then heading into Thursday, things actually look pretty okay for us. Thursday, if you're planning on staying in southern Wisconsin, variably cloudy skies. To the north, more cloud coverage. If you're traveling south at all to Illinois, Indiana, or Iowa, things should be a little more sunny outside. As we head into Friday, though, my early morning shoppers, Black Friday folk, it'll be a little cloudy outside, but the rain will hold off until later in the afternoon. So if you are planning any shopping later in the day, or if you're like me and you're trying to put up your Christmas decorations on Friday, try to knock that out earlier because those showers are going to slide in later on. And then as we head overnight, do plan on that rain hanging out with us. Temperatures throughout Thanksgiving should be in the mid-20s early in the morning, and then looking at highs in the mid-30s later on in the day. Branching off ahead into the next 6 to 10 days, unfortunately, our pattern of staying below average expected to continue. This big blue blob means that we are likely to stay below average for us, and we've actually been below average for the last 2 weeks straight. Hasn't been that way since last December. Cloudy downtown right now, those clouds starting to build on in for us. Overall temperatures barely getting close to 30 today. Overnight lows will fall into the mid-20s, about 24 in Madison, and then tomorrow we'll be in the lower 30s for our afternoon highs. Low 30s for just tomorrow. We'll be in the mid-30s by Thursday. That's the good news for Thanksgiving. Our next opportunity for showers is going to come in again late on Friday and linger through the weekend.
Will Aaron Rodgers and the Packers ever look happy again this season? The story's coming up in sports.
Quiet and cold. That continues to be the trend heading into Thanksgiving. Hattie will break down your traveling forecast. And about a third of parents aren't planning to get their kids a flu shot. What that could mean for illness spreading around the holiday table starting at 4:30.
It's the season for dress boots, and Rogan's has your next pair. Savings with 20% off the best name brands. The latest in trends and designs. You'll save at Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
The early bird gets the deals during the Black Friday sale at Fleet Farm. Doors open 6 a.m. The first 500 customers get a free plush toy. Plus, get incredible deals like Under Armour fleece for the family, 30% off. Craftsman Mechanics tool set, $79.99. Save $45 on a multi-position 13-foot ladder, $54.99. And Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil, only $14.99 after rebates. Fleet Farm. Built for real life.
It's impressive. During the Subaru Share the Love event, get the 2019 Don Miller Subaru Impreza 2.0i, built on the all-new global platform. Get symmetrical all-wheel drive and lots of power and safety features. Lease the Impreza 2.0i for $169 a month plus tax, no security deposit, $1969 due at signing. Subaru will donate to one of 5 charities for every new Subaru leased or purchased. Don Miller Subaru, west on Odana, or the expanded East Side store on High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller. Right now at Steinhoffels, get the best deal on your new Tempur-Pedic. For a limited time, get $300 in Steinhoffels bonus cash and free delivery with your new Tempur-Pedic mattress set. Tempur-Pedic mattresses starting at $16.99. That's only $29 a month with Steinhoffels 0% financing for 60 months. Plus, save up to $500 on select adjustable base sets. Experience your new Tempur-Pedic at any Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels mattress stores.
Is it time to put your health and fitness first? The Anytime Fitness Black Friday sale is almost here. Join Anytime Fitness for only $19 plus pay nothing until 2019. Go to AnytimeFitness.com to reserve your spot today.
This holiday, I got my own present. It's my Rogan's receipt. Next time, with the receipt, it's going to be half price. Maybe some new boots.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Let's go, girls.
Get ready for Shania Twain's total ET takeover.
I'm so loving it.
Next, ET.
Weeknights at 6:30.
5 brothers share advice for marriages that last. Wednesday at 10.
The Badgers and Gophers resume their border battle at Camp Randall Saturday afternoon at 2:30. This is going to be the 70th time they'll play for Paul Bunyan's Axe, which has been property of the Wisconsin Badgers since 2004. The Badgers have won the last 14 meetings. They're 10-point favorites to keep the Axe again. Minnesota head coach P.J. Fleck is still selling that row the boat thing in Minneapolis. The Gophs need to win Saturday to become bowl eligible.
Every program that you look at, that we all look at as top programs, were somewhat started over and built at one point. And it was really tough at the beginning, right? Really tough. But we've won the exact same amount of games as we did last year. We're 5-6 right now. We're not 0-12. We haven't won this game for, I don't know, 15 years or whatever it is. That's what we keep talking about. Sooner or later, a group's going to end that. It's going to end that. And we have to find a group that's ready to end that.
A survey by Fan Pulse asked which team do Packer fans say is their top rival. The answer, the Bears, 51%, the Vikings, 44%. Packers are at Minnesota for Sunday Night Football. Seems like Aaron Rodgers doesn't smile much lately. And if they lose to the Vikings, that could kill their slim playoff hopes. As far as the Packers having a losing record, the players say it stinks.
Everybody's very frustrated. Nobody wants to lose games, so we don't go out and work every day in the off season to come into the season in shape and go through training camp and beat each other up in training camp and go through seasons and lose games. Nobody wants to do that. That's not fun. We want to win games, and we've won a lot around here, and we got to find a way to get back on track.
Last night's Monday night game was wild. The Rams beat the Chiefs 54-51, the first time both teams scored over 50 points in an NFL game. The over-under was originally 63. They ended up scoring 105. That meant a lot of sports books in Las Vegas took a bath. 69% of all bettors took the over, meaning most every book suffered what's described as a healthy 7-figure loss. Badger men's basketball team in the Bahamas for the Battle for Atlantis tournament at Paradise Island. Greg Gard's team plays its first game of the tournament against Stanford tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 in the Bahamas. Wisconsin is 3-0 so far. They just moved into the top 25 in the country yesterday, and having last year's injured guys back this year has really helped.
I would like to chalk it up to experience of everyone else. I feel like just getting another year under everyone's belt, it really helps our team defensively, but then making decisions on the offense end as well.
Badger senior Morgan McDonald is named the U.S. Track and Field Cross Country Coaches National Athlete of the Year after winning the NCAA title last weekend. McDonald and fellow Badger Alicia Monson were also named Big Ten Cross Country Athletes of the Year today. And the new minor league baseball team in Colorado Springs is called the Rocky Mountain Vibes. It's now the rookie affiliate of the Brewers, and their new mascot is... That's a s'more. Yeah, graham crackers, marshmallows, chocolate.
It's on fire.
Yeah. The team name Vibe represents the area's love for outdoors with rafting, biking, and climbing, so the s'more is a vital part of camping. Some say it looks like the Food Channel's Guy Fieri.
I can see the resemblance.
Get toasty.
Yeah. Imagine the opposing teams coming in and being intimidated by the s'more.
Oh, right?
S'more.
Yeah.
Trying new things.
Yes.
Let's go to Dana. Final check of the forecast.
So it will be pretty cold again tonight. Looking ahead to your Wednesday, plan on a partly sunny sky with temps in the low 30s by Thanksgiving. Travel plans leading up to Thanksgiving should be fairly smooth, and throughout the day should be smooth. But rain is going to come in for us for Friday, much of the weekend.
Good night for a s'more.
Yeah. Warm us up. Thanks for joining us for News 3 at 6.
Have a great evening. We'll see you back here at 10.
Download the new Channel 3000 app and get alerted on your mobile device the minute news breaks. Wherever you go, be the first to know with Channel 3000.
What's next for the Judge Doyle Square project? The latest at 10. Tonight, a nationwide warning from the CDC. Throw away all romaine lettuce.
And another pivotal vote for the future of the Judge Doyle Square project. An update at 10. Tonight on News 3, what's next for the Judge Doyle Square project as the city